For the first few days, the four children were wide-eyed at the many sights they had never seen before. Farms and ranches, roads and traffic lights, bicycles and cars, signs and billboards, restaurants and shops, schools and factories, fire stations and police stations, gas stations and transmission towers, and more. Mia tried her best to explain everything she knew to her friends, but what intrigued them the most were the adults. The four children saw countless adults of various genders, ages, appearances, and clothing, and before long, they noticed an interesting commonality. It was that 7 out of 10 adults were busy. They were always muttering about how crazy busy they were, rushing to finish what they were doing so they could quickly move on to the next task. It was as if their bodies were present, but their souls had already left for somewhere else. The others, the children encountered on the streets, were particularly preoccupied. Some were muttering constantly with earphones plugged in, others were rushing along with strollers or dogs in tow. Some were smoking cigarettes while endlessly flipping through their phones. Some sipped coffee as they waited for the traffic light to change, and others exchanged pleasantries with acquaintances while glancing at their wristwatches, all the while hurrying to their next destination. So when 5 children carrying heavy laundry baskets wandered down the street, no one paid them much attention. Still, the children couldn't resist trying to talk to the others they passed, their bright eyes gleaming with curiosity as they asked,
Excuse me, do you know where we can find the elixir of life?
But most of the adults would respond with, maybe there's a vending machine somewhere. Well, you might want to try the convenience store over there. Then they would hurriedly continue on their way. Occasionally, kind-hearted women would ask,
Are you thirsty?
and readily offer the children whatever bottled water or drink they happened to have. But no adult ever gave them a proper answer about where to find the elixir of life.
Why are all the others like that? So unhelpful.
One of the friends grumbled. Mia replied,
Maybe they have to be that way just to get by. Unlike you guys, adults have to work for their money, buy their own houses, fill their own refrigerators and closets, and make sure their kids get an education. What? Is that really true? Yes, that's how all adults are.
Taho quickly chimed in.
Well, in that case, I never want to become an adult. Do you think you can just decide that, Taho? Yeah, you don't know I have the power. What power? I can stop growing whenever I want. Wow, really? Yes, really. Don't believe that nonsense.
Galok scoffed. Taho gave an awkward laugh, and the others followed suit. Unlike her friends, Mia was already used to the busyness and indifference typical of adults. It didn't really matter to her. What was more troubling, however, was that despite borrowing cell phones from several adults they encountered, she still couldn't get through to her mom and dad.